sugar daddy. Zaddy, zaddy. Yes, zaddy. Zaddy, zaddy. Your sugar daddy. Zaddy, zaddy. Well, if you had a stage where you don't study age, already took that page and you're willing to engage, well, you meet.
Greetings, greetings, greetings and salutations, one and all. Special big ups to all the zaddies out there. You know yourselves. I want to say big ups to those who are locked in from near, from far. Those on TuneIn Radio on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, thank you for tuning in. Much love to the massive out of New Jersey. NIE Radio. With the motivator. My brother from another mother. New Jersey's finest. Yeah, man. Ask him, he'll tell you. NIE Radio. Much love to you, massive. Also to New Jersey, mix102.com. Blessings, blessings, blessings. And this is the station out of Jamaica. Big things happening in Jamaica today. Earth 96 FM. Much love to you guys down there in JA. Yeah, big things happening in Jamaica with U.S. Secretary of State passing through. Ah, boy. You know, Will the Rebel Rattigan has something to say about that, right? I know some people locked in to 2 platforms right now, catching Come Reason with Rattigan. And right here on the night shift to DJ Kevin Steele. Big ups to the massive locked in on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com. Those bubbling in the stew pot on Zeno FM and in the clubhouse. Welcome, welcome. Massive on YouTube Live. Blessings to ya. Hey, Nikki. How things with you? Music from Leon Caldero kicking things off. Track called Zaddy. I want to say big ups to my segment sponsors, Paul C Media Group, and being in the moment is priceless. Link up with them, they can tell you how to keep that moment going and have some reach. The Paul C Media Group got me on this journey to multimedia broadcasting. They can guide you in the right direction too. Thank you, Paul C Media Group. I want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade, and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you, bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience. Go ahead and give her a call today. 954-655-9000. That's 954-655-9000. She only has one request outside of paying her. Is that you get off her table and go sleep somewhere else when she's done. I want to say thank you to the Global Base. Global Base navigates your journey across music, marketing, event planning, and much, much more. It's a realm where social spheres awaken through their mastery. Go ahead and embrace the invitation to liberate your creativity unbounded and free, just like their consultation. Very much free. The Global Base is your catalyst for everything you related to music production, radio, event promotion. Call them up. Well, check them out. The Global Base, DAGlobalBase.com. Send them a request for a consultation and tell them Kevin Stew sent you. I want to say thank you to McNeil Trucking. McNeil Trucking is a a veteran-owned and licensed mover in the state of Florida. Getting tongue-tied for a moment. So if you want to move from the Keys to Jacksonville, Naples to Palm Beach, Pompano to Pensacola, and all points in between, move some things into storage maybe. Move from Florida to outer state, or outer state into Florida. You want to move some things next door. You don't have the manpower, you don't have the transportation, don't worry. You have the name, you have the number. McNeil Trucking, 954-406-9740. That's 954-406-9740. Call them up and tell them Kevin Stew sent you. You heard about them on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Thank you, McNeil Trucking. It's Real Talk Night. And on the real, how many people have someone like Zaddy or a fairy godmother in their lives? Or a little bit more biologically connected, where your parents are very much involved and influence the things that you do. Are you that kind of parent? Well, tonight, this morning, wherever you are in the world, we're talking about parental influence, parental engagement, parental presence. Does it make a difference? Inviting you to call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Call up somebody, anybody, everybody, let them know it's time right now to go and engage with Kevin Stew. And from now until we're done, the phone line is always open. So you can call, you can text, you can WhatsApp, you can Telegram, any which way you choose to get in touch. 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839. Get in touch. Let me hear from you. Tamika, greetings. Let me leave the number scrolling across the bottom of the screen for those that are watching just a little bit longer, so you can write it down if you need to. Parents. Now, I don't know if you know how much of an influence you can be. According to Step by Step Counseling, LLC, parents are a powerful influence. What some would regard as common knowledge, some others take a little bit of time to look a little deeper into it. Parents influence their children's developments and their personality. Whether we want to admit it or not, parents are the child's most influential role models. as parents, we spend more time with our children than any other adult. I want to stick a pin right there. That one sentence, that one statement, I don't fully agree with. Here's why. On any given week, when we have school-age children, the only time we spend with our children is the time when they wake up and the time they go to bed. Because in between that time, they're at school, engaged in some extracurricular activity, and or with some friends and maybe some other family members. Because, well, we spend a lot of time at work also as parents, right? So to say that we spend more time with our children than any other adult, the teacher at school trumps the parent. Or, yeah, because the only other time we spend a whole lot of time with our parents, with our children, is on the weekend and in holidays. So who's spending a lot of time with our children? Teachers. But when it comes to having an influence, does it really matter how much time you spend with an individual to be of influence to them? When you influence someone, it means that you have the ability to reach them in certain ways that sometimes other people can't. And so taking that into consideration, we need to look into something like that. Some parents may not realize how much of an influence they have on their children. True, Tamika. Very much true. Hey, cuz, how you doing? We model to our children our values, as well as our likes and our dislikes. The children pick up on our good habits and our bad habits. Children are like sponges, so they will soak up everything around them. Okay, I got your opinion, Tamika. Yes. Tamika says, I don't think the amount of time spent together really matters. It's the amount of influence that you actually give, right? Role modeling can be an effective parenting tool. It is powerful opportunity that we, as parents, an opportunity that we should use to our advantage. Being a positive role model for your children requires thinking ahead and self-control. While our society talks a lot about disciplining our children, we as parents need to put equal importance on disciplining ourselves. When we become destructive in our own lives, our children will also follow suit. For example, imagine, it is said, it can be very easy to say, don't hit when you're angry, or don't drink and drive, even don't skip class. On the other hand, it takes more effort and self-discipline for parents to practice what they're preaching by having appropriate ways of dealing with our own anger. Not getting in the car after drinking or taking a day off from work, claiming sick when they really just need a day off. And sometimes you really just need that. And that's kind of why we have vacation time and sick time. You know, take a break. Mental health day, personal day. Take a moment for yourself. But when our children want to do it, it can be a problem, right? Children look to their parents to set the example. They see right through you when you say one thing and you do another. Why is it bad when they do it. So I tell this story on occasions. My grandmother, my mother's mother, I grew up with my grandmother, my mother, my sister, and an uncle in the home. And it is my uncle, Marlon, who I started DJing. I got drawn to music and audio setup because that was something that he did. He didn't really DJ, but he set up his room. His room was a big speaker box. And he had a couple of turntables in there, and even now I have what I call a casket. It belonged to my father. And that's another part of the story, because my father, notice who I said I grew up with. My father, my biological father, wasn't there. And so the music side of things, the DJ music side of things, came from my uncle, who a lot of people to this day think is my older brother. But my grandmother, my mother, my sister, my older sister, and my grandmother was a matriarch of the family, and a lot of us looked to her for certain things. I spent a lot of time with her because she lived right there. And there are certain things that she would tell us to do. And later on in life, some of the things that she would instill in us to not do, a couple of them I saw her doing, and it annoyed me. It annoyed me to the point where we had a falling out over it. And I'm telling you this story because it's important for us as parents and as children in the same vein to recognize when something is amiss and to try to fix it before it goes too far. Because of this falling out, or after this falling out, my grandmother got sick to the point where she was unresponsive. And within the space of a week, she went from being normal, one day unresponsive, a week later, never to be on this side of earth anymore. And so it was on her deathbed that I made amends. And whereas I don't know if it got through to her, I really believe it did, just as a result of a single tear. Because like I said, she was unresponsive, didn't respond much to stimuli. We knew she was breathing, we knew she was alive. We just didn't quite know where she was. But she was also very influential in the instilling discipline in us. My grandmother would sit at the front of the church. I was at the back of the church a lot of the times, trying to be big, talking with someone I consider a cousin. His mother and my mother grew up together as little girls. They were friends. And his father was actually my father figure that taught me how to play music, read and play a musical instrument, and to drive. So in this little story, you heard about my biological father a little bit. You heard about a male influence being my uncle, and my father figure being my friend's father, who I literally grew up calling uncle and calling him my cousin, him and his brother. So there's this influence. There's a discipline from my grandmother who could do that with just a look. My grandmother never laid a hand on me, my sister. I can't recall her laying a hand on any one of my cousins. Somehow we just knew from a look, hey, straighten up and fly right. And that was it. Fast forward to my adulthood, I'm working with children. And, well, I don't directly work with children, no, but I did. For 7 years, I worked with children. And I found myself doing the very same thing, giving them a look, and they would straighten up. My own children, I would do the same thing, and it would have the same effect. Needless to say, I got certain guidance skills from my father figure, and a certain sense of know-how and ability to connect with people from my biological father. See the influence? And the influences continue as even today with adults, older friends, and with young people that I interact with, I turn around influencing them. I'm not their father, but at times I'm a father figure to them. And as we go through tonight, we'll see how some of these things are important. And you yourselves would probably know from your own interactions. But I mentioned my grandmother because she never laid a finger on us to discipline us, but yet still we were disciplined. Even the ones that didn't live with her, they had that discipline and understood what that look meant. Some examples of how to be positive role models for children. If you want your teenager to spend more time at home with the family, that means as a parent, you too should be spending time with your family. By not spending too much time with friends or working a lot overtime. Is there a possibility of moving your schedule around to spend more time at home when your teens or even your young children are home? Look into that. If you're asking your elementary children to drink milk or water with dinner because it's a healthy alternative to sodas and or fruit juices, then that's what you should be doing. You're leading by example. If you're asking your children to listen to your words when you speak, it is imperative for you to also turn off the TV, put down the cell phone, turn away from the computer, face your child and listen to whatever concern that they may have at that moment in time, or to what it is they want to share with you. Because for them, it is that important. Your response may be the game changer with how they move forward after that moment. So, parents, the challenge is to look at a behavior we dislike and see what we can model differently. Because these behaviors are being seen by those that we influence. Our children, our neighbors' children, our nieces and nephews. For some of us, it's grandchildren. What do you want that young mind? How do you want it to be modeled? What do you want it to become? And so we need to pay attention to what it is that we're doing and how it is we're doing it in order to make this difference, influence this change. Now, it's also said that parental involvement in a child's education can be the key to their success. And this is their student success. Some people don't agree. In fact, I've seen where some parents would actually blame teachers for the success or failure. So sometimes the blame is a positive thing. We tend to look at the word blame negatively. Sometimes it's positive, because all credit or blame goes to the teacher that child is spending time with for that child's success. And sometimes they're the ones that actually deserve it. Now, if you could wave a magic wand that would improve the chances of school success for your children, as well as their friends, their classmates, is that something that you would do? Because for decades, researchers have pointed to one key success factor that transcends nearly all others. We're talking about your socio-economic status, the student background, or the kind of school that the child attends. One thing, one key success factor, and it's parental involvement. Can you believe that? Think back, adults that are listening in right now. How involved were your parents with you when you were in school? How involved are you with your children as they are in school right now? Something to think about, right? Maybe even some things to make you go, maybe we need to change some things up. Possible, right? Yeah, we'll see. We're going to take a quick break. You know, those of you who are regular listeners, watchers of the broadcast, you know, on behalf of we take a quick break and we do a little bit of housekeeping if there's no guest or call that is going to be engaging, and we don't want to break the chain of thought. So we're going to take a quick little break right now. And a few things I want to remind you guys of. The audiobook, Empowered: Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense, is available on Audible. And you are encouraged to get yourself a copy. Get a copy for a friend, relative, anyone that you think can benefit from this. And I said, notice I didn't say niece or daughter or girlfriend or wife. I said a friend, because it works equally well for men and women. I learned a lot from narrating it. You can learn a lot from listening to it. Empowered: Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense. It's authored by Jonathan Field. Check it out. Get your copy. I want to make mention of the Operation Eastern Portland Relief Support donation drive. And it is on GoFundMe. And it is to help children, students in Eastern Portland to kind of get with the times. It's to get some tablets for these students. Now, the tablets cost about $95 each. If you can contribute a $10, $20 here or there, it will go towards this. If you want to donate tablets, you can do so too. Check out the Operation Eastern Portland Relief Support on GoFundMe. Look it up. Isaac Buchanan is the organizer of this fundraiser, and you wouldn't be disappointed by contributing to the molding of young minds. There's no way you can be disappointed by it. So go ahead and check that out.
The Spring Gospel Concert is here at the First Baptist Church of Sunrise, 6401 Sunset Strip, on Saturday, April 19th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Featuring Jabez, Joan Myers, Minister Keisha Peart, Sonia Rowe, and the No Name Band. MC will be Commissioner John T. of Waves 1170. Contribution $50. Get your tickets by calling our church office at 954-742-6404. Remember, Saturday, April 19th at 6 p.m. right here at 6401 Sunset Strip.
Hey Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Yes, this is Ed Robinson, and I endorse Sendwave. Hey, want to send money to your family and friends in Jamaica easily? And that's with no transfer fees. Then Sendwave is the answer. With Sendwave, you send money fast and simple, right from your phone. No transfer fees. Your family can pick up cash at any Lasco, JMMB, and VMBS locations across the island, or get it straight into their bank account. Plus, get $20 credit on your first transfer with promo code RG Radio before November 30th. Download the Sendwave app now. Sendwave makes money off the exchange rate. FX fees are subject to change. Sendwave.
It's Christina representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin's Chew and the night shift radio show. Yo, it at the thing, turn up the thing loud. Whoa, DJ Kevin's Chew at the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin's Chew believing, and that's no doubt. Salute the night shift radio show, Christina. It's a hot it up, loud.
Yeah. One day I told my father I wanted to be a pilot. And he said, son, with grades like that, the only thing you're gonna fly is a kite. And that talk still drives me today. Imagine not thinking you're man enough. Then you have to raise a baby boy to be strong enough. In a world full of obstacles, doing his best, no time for tomorrow. Gave me all the tools I need, not tomorrow. That's why I love my father. I'm not afraid to make you hear it loud. Love my father. You're a true example of a king, no doubt. Love my father. Although you're gone, you'll always be around. That's why I love you, Papa. My journey wasn't easy, no, but your lesson saved me. And when the dirty got tough, you never leave me. That's why I rate you sincerely. You taught me daily to be bold and strong and take care of my love, my father. I'm not afraid to make you hear it loud. Love, my father. You're a true example of a king, no doubt. Love, my father. Although you're gone, you'll always be around. That's why I love you, Papa. Yeah, the fathers are important. So we have to do that one here for all the fathers. Daddy, Daddy, you man, daddy, you man. Roll ball. Daddy, you man, daddy, you man, daddy, you man. Oh, that's why I love my father. I'm not afraid to make you hear it loud. Love my father. You're a true example of a king, no doubt. Love my father. Although you're gone, you'll always be around. That's why I love you, Papa.
This is music from Pete Star.
My father. I'm not afraid to.
This is a true story. This song right here.
You're a true example of a king, no doubt. Love my father. Although you're gone, you'll always.
I happen to know for a fact because Pete was a year behind me in high school, and he told me this story himself. By the way, he is actually today a commercial pilot here in the United States. So, passenger pilot. He flies for one of the major airlines here. And so the influence of our father, you just hearing him say with grades like those, the only thing you can fly is a kite. You're going to fly as a kite. Yeah, it's going to make you do one of two things. Either give up on the dream or recognize you need to work harder. And he said it for him to recognize that he needs to work harder. And he made sure that he did that. And so today, he is the pilot that he is. Pete Star is his name. The track is called Daddy. According to the Anne E. Casey Foundation, the extent to which schools nurture positive relationships with families and vice versa makes all the difference. And this is shown in research. Students whose parents stay involved in school have better attendance and behavior. They get better grades and demonstrate better social skills and adapt better to school. Parental involvement also more securely sets these students up to develop a lifelong love of learning, which researchers say is a key to long-term success. Interestingly enough, the parents who are very involved but do so negatively, those parents, the ones that are always cursing the teachers out and blaming everything on the school, these don't quite have such positive results with their children. So it comes with a level of responsibility being born on the parent. A generation ago, well, if it's not, it definitely feels like it. The National PTA found that 3 key parents' behaviors are the most accurate predictors of student involvement, or student achievement, transcending both family income and social status. There is creating a home environment that encourages learning, communicating high yet reasonable expectations for achievement, and staying involved in a child's education at school. Now, what's more, researchers say when this happens, the motivation, behavior, and academic performance of all children at a particular school improve. Simply put, the better the partnership between school and home, the better the school and the higher the student achievement across the board. So, we as parents, it's recommended that we get involved and stay involved with our children as they go through school, especially in early school age years. Now, there's the side of the coin where the parent today didn't have that when they were children. So the level of importance that is placed on that isn't as high. And historically we live what we learn and replicate what we're shown, right? And so if our parents weren't that involved, but we knew they were there in support of us, that is what a lot of us did when we became parents also. And there is yet another dimension to it. There is a dimension where parents split, and one parent isn't as welcoming to the fact that you can co-parent. You don't have to be together to be effective with the development of a young mind. That too can be counterproductive. And years ago, I did a whole series on parental alienation and how it affects children. And maybe I need to revisit that. But you'll see where it ends up having negative effects when one parent is not allowed to interact as much or as often as they would like. And it is different when they're not allowed to do it, because what ends up happening more times than not is that other parent would speak negatively of them, which then turns around and has a negative effect on the child. So it's this influence that we as adults and parents have on our children goes a little bit beyond our direct relationship with the children. It also goes to our lateral relationships that the children are involved with or in or see. When students know that their parents are involved in their schooling, the students normally perform better. Yeah, I have. Let me see. Who was it? When I was in primary school, I remember, and for some reason his name has slipped me now, but his mother was a teacher at the school. And let me tell you, this is funny because it can go either way. They said pastors' children and teachers' children can be the worst sometimes. And he was one of the good ones, because he is here at this school with his mother as a teacher. So that worked out great for him. Greetings, Miss Doe. All right, so where are we? Parent involvement. What is it? And how is it different from parental engagement? Now, we tend to also get this a little bit mixed up. And that's cool. Parental involvement is the active, ongoing participation of a parent or primary caregiver in the education of a child. Parents can demonstrate involvement at home by reading with children, helping with homework, discussing school events, attending school functions, including in parent-teacher meetings, and volunteering in classrooms. Now, of course, not all parents can do this because of the nature of their jobs or other things that may be happening in life and in the household. While both parental involvement and parental engagement in school support student success, they have differences. Involvement is the first step towards engagement. It includes participation in school events or activities with teachers, providing learning resources and information about their students' grades. With involvement, teachers hold the primary responsibility to set educational goals. But while teachers can offer advice, families and caregivers have important information about their children that teachers may not know. So a student who has a learning experience that is enriched when both the learning and experience is enriched when both bring their perspectives to the table. That means you have both the household and the school coming together to achieve a common goal. Then the experience is a little bit better. Engagement is where home and school come together as a team. And that is the what promotes the ideal outcome. Schools empower parents and caregivers by providing them with ways to actively participate, promoting them as important voices in the school and removing barriers to engagement, like encouraging families to join the Family Teacher Association or arranging virtual family teacher meetings for families with transportation issues. And research has found that the earlier educators establish family engagement, the more effective they are in raising student performance. So why is this important? Children whose families are engaged are more likely to earn higher grades and score higher on tests. They graduate from school and college. They develop self-confidence and motivation in the classroom, and they have better social skills and classroom behavior. I have seen where children have become somewhat reclusive because that is how their parents are. And so their level of interaction and involvement in school diminishes because they don't see that modeled in the people that they look to the most, which are usually the parents. And so we run the risk of losing those that don't have that involvement, that interaction, that engagement. It is a risk. In one study, researchers looked at longitudinal data on math achievement and found that effectively encouraging families to support student math learning at home was associated with higher percentages of students who scored at or above proficiency on standardized math achievement tests. Students whose parents are involved in school are also less likely to suffer from low self-esteem or develop behavioral issues. And classrooms with engaged families perform better as a whole, meaning that the benefits affect virtually all students in the classroom, not just the ones whose parents are involved. Because some of these relationships last throughout the duration of life. I have friends today that I wore short pants with. As in, I went to primary school with these people. I'm still in touch with them today. Some of them we went to primary school together and high school together. Some of them, it was primary school and we lost touch, but we still maintain. We didn't go to any other school together, but we still found each other with the advent of social media and we connect. And so, put that aside. There are some of these friends whose parents were very involved. They're involved in them because with school, and them because they were sports, they were athletes. And so they were involved in their child's athletic development, and as a result they were involved in the school and what happened in the school a lot. And they really turned out a lot better than some of my friends who didn't have that involvement. I've seen it. But it also benefits the teachers. This engagement and involvement, because it improves classroom culture and conditions, and parent involvement also benefits the teachers in this way, It's less stress on them and less stress being transferred back to the students. So can you imagine a child that is getting stress from home and then coming to school and getting that stress from the teachers also? They have nowhere to turn. So we want to have that engagement. We want to encourage that involvement. We want to make learning a priority in the home, establishing routines and schedules that enable children to complete homework and read independently, to get enough sleep and have opportunities to get help from you, their parent, the adult in their life, their role model. And to talk about what's happening in school. You want to read with your children, 10 to 20 minutes a day makes a big difference. I used to on the way home from work, I used to work in Palm Beach, live in Broad County, and I would take the train to and from work. And on the way home from work, I would set up for my broadcast and take a moment, find a story, have my boys on the phone, and read them the story. Now, I'll say this. When their mother and I weren't on great terms, that didn't happen. I tried to find a way. Sometimes I did. But with us being in two separate homes, because my boys didn't grow up with me 24/7, but I was always involved in their life, and still am today. And so that little bit of involvement, that little bit of engagement, that little bit of influence is there. Now, sometimes it does more harm than good, but that's another story. But these little things, they make a difference. As teachers, you want to ask the teachers, as parents, you want to ask the teachers how they would like to communicate. Many are comfortable with text messages or phone calls. And teachers want parents to stay up to date, especially if there are some problems. They want, it's good to attend school activities, school events, including parent-teacher conferences, back-to-school nights, and other events. Even if your child is not involved in extracurricular activities, get involved with the school. Use your commute to connect with your children. Ask them to read to you while you drive and encourage conversations about school. Eat meals together when you can. It's a perfect opportunity to find out more about what's going on in school and in their lives, and to share what's going on in yours. Prioritize communication with teachers, especially if demanding work schedules abound. Cultural or language barriers could be an issue. Find ways to bridge those gaps. Find out what resources are available to help to get parents involved. Outside of the classroom, engaged parents more often see themselves as advocates for their child's school and are more likely to volunteer or take on active roles in governance. Researchers have noted that parent involvement in school governance, for instance, helps parents understand educators and other parents in motivations and their attitudes and abilities. It gives them a greater opportunity to serve as resource for their children, often increasing their own skills and confidence. It's reciprocal. It helps the community to grow and develop. And you have a strong community, you can't lose out. And the community starts small and extends, right? So your home community, extend that to your school community, which in turn extends to your work community. and your social community. And so if there's this positivity that is going around and reaching all of these people, and they're reciprocating it, and then their circles are doing the same things, you see what happens. Collectively, we end up with a better society. Sounds utopian, I get it. But why not wish for utopia? Why not strive for utopia? Is it unattainable? I doubt it. But we need to look past ourselves in order to get there. We need to be looking at our children and their children in order to get to this place where we can do that much better. Because we personally need to do better in order to see things better happen, or see better things happen. So as we take another break, I want you to look back. Those with elementary and primary level school children, I want you to take this moment to think of how you can change moving forward if you're not as involved as you could be. Or if you actually want to start getting involved, what you can do. Simple things that you could start out with. And if you have no clue, I suggest the first place to start is with that child. What is it that you like? What is it that you don't like? How about you read to me? Let's read together. Let's take turns in presenting this story. When you start creating these scenarios, now you're changing a mindset. So instead of saying, okay, we're going to read this story, we're going to say, let's present this story. And you demonstrate how you would present your story. You're reading the story, you know how it goes, but you're presenting it. So it's not just reading the words. It's reading the words with feeling and expression. It's teaching them that punctuation marks add life, and literary devices add color. And so when they see it, yes, they're looking at words, but when they present it, it's something completely different. And then you'll see that their confidence grows, their engagement is different. You'll see that their communication, even that changes. The reasoning abilities develop, strengthen. And you have effectively set your child or that child on a path to great success. You can't beat that with a long stick, right? So my father used to say, you can't beat it with a long stick. We're going to take another quick little break. When we come back, we talk a little bit more before we get into musical therapy. We'll be right back. It's a night shift to DJ Kevin Stewart's Real Talk Night. And what are we talking about? Parental influence. How much influence do you have?
Get your Miracle Fire Rub for all joint pain, poor circulation, inflammation, and other aches and pain. Rub it on, the pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice. Miracle Fire Rub is all natural, all herbal with no side effects. Order yours today, 876-808-5903 or call 876-372-1366. Miracle Fire Rub. Rub it on, pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice.
Well, here it is. The Foundation Radio Network app is now available for Android and iPhones for free. Yes, you heard correctly. Just go to your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store and download the Foundation Radio Network. Big people music with the young in mind. Now you can carry the Foundation Radio Network around with you wherever you go without ever missing a beat. Listen to Clinton Lindsay Mondays through Fridays, 12 noon till 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tony Ryan Monday through Thursdays at 5 p.m. Marlon Burrell Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Kevin Stew, Mondays through Wednesday at 10 p.m. And T-Rob, Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Check out Reason with Rattigan, Saturdays at 3 p.m. Homegrown with G. Cole, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Hillsman comes to you Sundays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. And Brother Mitch, Mondays through Fridays at 7 a.m. And check out the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Countdowns on Fridays at 2 p.m. And don't forget to subscribe to Clinton Lindsay's YouTube channel at Clinton Lindsay Official. And cut. What are you doing, dude? You tell me somebody can direct the thing. I did not. Foundation. People just get the app.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home.
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage.
Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe
and donate today.
In a world where creativity thrives, welcome to The Global Base, where innovation meets authenticity. Launching January 2024, it's the groundbreaking The Global Base TV app, celebrating individuality in music, events, and entertainment. Available on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon TV. It's your platform to create, amplify, and express your individuality. Join us at theglobalbase.com and at The Global Base Promo. The Global Base TV, redefining entertainment, empowering creators. Your stage, your voice, your world. The Global Base TV.
Yes. Akar Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
Just like a maze, where all of the walls all continue to change. And I've done all I can to stand on her steps with my heart in my hand. Now I'm starting to see maybe it's got nothing to do with me. Fathers, be good to your daughters. Daughters will love you like you do. Yeah. And girls become lovers who turn into mothers. So mothers, be good to your daughters too. She's been standing in since the day that she saw him walking away. Now she's alone, picking up the mess he's made. So fathers, be good to your daughters. Daughters will love her like you do. Yeah. Hey girls, become lovers who turn into mothers. So mothers, be good to your daughters too. Boys, you can break. You find out how much they can take. But boys will be strong. Hey boys, soldier on. And boys will be gone without a home. A woman's good
The sound of G. Cole. A track called Daughters. Yeah, Tamika. Some parents only send their children to school and that's it. They don't engage the kids to ensure that homework is done properly or anything. If it's done properly, if it's turned in, if nothing, yeah. That's just where it ends. And it is a teacher's responsibility to do everything. Yep, been there, done that, seen it. Yeah, it can be quite a challenge. And, you know, take nothing away from the difficulty that keeping a roof over the head can be. Because it can, at times, be very difficult to just keep food on the table and the roof over the head. Sometimes, for whatever reason, it is only one parent and they have to be working 3 jobs. There are only 24 hours in a day. And in those 24 hours, 8 of it is supposed to be for sleep. So now we're down to 16. And another 8 is dedicated for at least one job. So now you're left with another 8. You know, how much more time do we have? How much time have we spent commuting? When I lived in Palm Beach, commute alone was, well, train station to train station was 50 minutes. So call that an hour of just commuting time. And so, yes, we talk about it right now, like, you know, this is the thing to do. But to put it into practice in reality can be a little bit harder than we would like to admit. Hey Nadia, good evening. And so the challenge continues. The struggle remains. But in the midst of this, we can do positive parenting. There's you hear some people talk about positive parenting. Yeah, you want to get some type of parenting in there, right? But what is positive parenting? It's about showing children love, warmth, kindness, guiding children to act the way you want by encouraging them and teaching them. It's about helping children thrive by sending the powerful message that you are loved, you are good, you matter. Research reveals that positive parenting sets children up for success. It helps children to do better in school, have fewer behavioral problems, and stronger mental health. Neuroscientists discover that positive parenting contributes to better functioning in the brain, in the regions that are associated with emotions, cognition. And this happens in the teen years. It is linked to a happy and healthy adulthood. Harvard scientists found that positive parenting has long-term benefits, including better relationships, mental health, and well-being during adulthood. So what you do with your children when they're young, you know, they say bend the tree from its young. Yeah, what you do then affects them when they become adults and parents themselves. And so there's this thing called pride skills. I don't know if any of you know about it. Pride skills. 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. 773-789-7839. Call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram. I want to hear from you. I want you to interact with me a little bit. How many of you know about pride skills? And it is not the Rainbow Coalition coming at you or anything like that. It's an acronym. And it's 5 sets of positive parenting techniques that can be used in everyday life. And they've been shown in studies to be successful in supporting children's development. Now, as with all parenting advice, experts recommend using the skills in a way that feels right for you and your family, which means there is no cookie cutter approach. There's no one size fits all. There's none of that. It's parenting is all about how you relate with your children and the values and goals that you have for yourself and for them. And so pride is praise, reflection, imitation, description, and enjoyment. Praise, love what they do. Reflection, say what they say. Imitation, do what they do. Description, say what they do. Enjoyment, show warmth and enthusiasm. Now, with these pride skills, every time you notice a good behavior you'd like to see more of, you shower your child with pride skills. The more you point out these good behaviors, the more they will blossom and grow. So, you see a not so positive action and you see a positive action. Whereas you want to recognize the not so positive action, you want to praise the positive action. Because encouragement sweetens labor, right? And so with young minds and molding them, you develop certain skill sets. And in those skill sets, you find out what works. One of the things that works, being able to do just that. Praise your children when they do great things so that they will reflect that and continue to do more of it. Good behaviors to notice and praise would be being kind, being a good sport, compromising, doing things for others, helping, making eye contact, saying please and thank you, sharing, showing empathy, taking turns and using nice words. I think there are a lot of nice words that are lost in our vocabulary. We don't use them anymore. And these are social skills and manners. When you see these, you mention them. You applaud them. At school and with learning skills, concentrating, creating, creative thinking, flexible thinking, focusing and staying on task, persisting, problem solving, thinking through things, working hard, working independently. When you see these things happening, you say, hey, listen, I saw where you did that. Good job. Excellent. If you're bumping fists, boom. High five, whatever it is that you do to give a quick bit of praise and recognition. You mention it, you give the reward. Self-control skills. When you see them being careful and gentle, being safe, staying calm, expressing their feelings calmly, waiting patiently. Recognize those things. And when it comes to listening and obeying, accepting no for an answer. Not the, Why? Why? Asking for permission. Doing things right away. Not later on when they feel like it, or when they stand to benefit from doing that thing that they were told to do so long ago in the day, or when there's a negative consequence that they're going to face. No, when they do it, say thank you for doing that so timely. Listening the first time when they do that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for acknowledging that what I addressed. Yeah, they feel good about it. The reward centers of the brain get triggered, and it strokes their ego, and they did something great. They did something good. Yes. We want to encourage that. So, in order to decrease the inappropriate behavior, you want to catch the good behavior. When they're supposed to be getting ready for school, but they're playing with their toys, you want to recognize it and remind them, okay, this is the time that we should be doing. And then you see them doing it, and you say, thank you for doing that. It sounds weird, right? When I was growing up, it was, okay, time to get ready. Go get ready. And I didn't get thanked for doing it. Why should I? Because it's what I was supposed to do. But here came the advent of positive parenting, where you recognize a child for doing this thing. Now, there are schools of thought that say, hey, when you do that, when the child goes out into the bigger world, they're going to expect that whatever it is that they're doing, which is what they're supposed to do, they should be praised for it. And it's a valid argument. But there's also something else that comes with getting to this point. There's a time, there's a period of transitioning from a young, moldable mind to the mind that will think for itself. And so, in this journey, we have a responsibility to also let these individuals know, hey, life doesn't always recognize when you do what you're supposed to do. If you're a policeman, your job is to prevent crime and help people. Really, it is. Policeman, firefighter, EMT, doctor, your job literally is to help people. When you do your job, you're not going to really get expected to be always rewarded for it, because you're doing your job. You're doing what you're supposed to do. And you might ask the question, okay, so then when do I deserve to get recognized? When is it that I'm supposed to be praised? Well, do you actually need it? And so this now becomes a conversation that you're having with this young mind. And you're teaching them, hey, listen, there are roles and responsibilities that we all have at various stages of our lives. In elementary school, your job is not very different from your primary school, your secondary school, your tertiary school, your working life. Your job is to perform the task that is set ahead of you to the best of your ability, and based on the guidelines that you are given to complete these tasks. When you don't do them, you're going to draw attention to yourself. more so than when you do them. If you get recognized, you get recognized. If not, you did what you're supposed to do. Sounds rough, doesn't it? Coming from a place of positive parenting where you're actually giving them rewards. So they're getting these rewards constantly. To the place where you're going to say, hey, listen, life is set out this way. You're going to do this thing and nobody's going to thank you for it. Why? Because this is along the lines of the things that you signed up to do. You signed up to be a firefighter. There was a fire. You put it out. You did what you were supposed to do. Thanks for coming. You get your reward when you get paid. and these are some of the harsh realities that we as parents have to teach our children in the midst of rewarding them for doing what it is that you want them to do. It's a fine balance. It's a fine line to walk. Now, yes, Nadia, if your child loves cake and that is a reward that they get, then, it counts as a praise reward. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. But this is how positive parenting works. And it is one of those things that some people go for it. Some people are like, that don't work. Because you're saying then that everybody that participates should get a reward. That kind of mentality. You came last and here's your trophy. You participated. Life, real life, is not quite like that. And so, as we influence those young minds or children, whether as biological parents, by parental figures, just adults roaming around, interacting with children as you pass them by, which is more difficult to do today than even when I was a child. The idea here is to reach one, just one, and to maintain that reach. So, on your parental journey, if you have multiple children, your task is greater because that one ends up being your household. You have to reach all of them. Tamika says, let the children know exactly what's expected from them. That is something that they will take through their whole lives. You let them know, hey, you're expected to get up when we wake you up and get dressed. There are your clothes. Get dressed. Be ready to go at this time. Here's a clock. Here's how you read it. That's all a part of the process, because no, you're a teacher yourself. You taught them how to read the clock. So boom, they know when the long hand reach here and the short hand is here, they need to be gone. And when they're not on time, you get upset and you lash out. When they are on time, hey, pound a fist, boom, give a high five, whatever it is. Thank you for being on time. Really appreciate the effort that you're putting in. Now, again, it could lead to them expecting to hear this when they're doing what they're supposed to do. But you're also teaching them that within themselves, your reward is doing what you're supposed to do, doing it effectively, and pretty much maintaining your position, whatever that position is, or ascending to the next. It's a harsh reality of life. And it is where positive parenting and rewarding a child for doing what they're supposed to do meets a crossroads. Yes, do it. No, don't do it. That's the dilemma when it comes to the model of positive parenting. However, it is said that it works. For me, what worked for me with my children is constant encouragement and recognition at the end of a period when they have attained or maintained. And so we get to celebrate that achievement. Personal goals, personal celebration, not anybody rewarding per se. Just a personal celebration. Just like how, as adults, you should reward yourselves. And if you're not doing it, maybe I need to do a broadcast on ways that we should reward ourselves and why. Because I'll tell you this. The majority of the time, no one will recognize that thing that you did. You need to recognize that you did a great thing and celebrate you for it. Yes, I did it. This is what I set out to do. This is what I know I was supposed to do. I am really feeling good about this. I deserve this win. Let's celebrate. So you and your shadow go and celebrate and have a great time. And smile with people around you as you do it. Can't beat that. Nothing is better or more rewarding than knowing that you are a personal success. These are the things we need to be teaching our children. I am a success story. As we go off into musical therapy, this is Ed Robinson and his rendition of a song for Mama.
Oh, Mama, I really love you. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. You taught me everything and everything you've given me. I always keep it inside. You're the driving force in my life. Yes, you are. There isn't anything or anyone I can be. It just wouldn't feel right. Oh, no. If I didn't have you by my side. Oh, yeah. You were there for me to love and care for me when skies were gray. Skies were gray. Whenever I was down, you were always there to comfort me. You comfort me. And no one else can be what you have been to me. You'll always be. You will always be the girl in my life for all time.
Yes, massive. This is Ed Robinson. And for true, you're listening to Kevin Stew.
I really love you. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You taught me everything and everything you've given me. I always keep it inside. You're the driving force in my life. Yes, you are. There isn't anything or anyone I can be. It just wouldn't feel right if I didn't have you by my side. You were there for me to love and care for me when skies were gray. Whenever I was down, you were always there to comfort me. And no one else can be what you have been to me. You'll always be. You will always be the girl in my life for all time. Oh, mama, mama, you know I love you. Ooh, you know I love you, mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the stars. And mama, I just want you to know, loving you's like food to my soul. Oh yeah, oh, mama, I love you. You're always down for me, I've always been around for me, even when I was bad. You showed me right from my wrong. Yes, you did. And you took up for me when everyone was down on me. You always did understand, yeah. You gave me strength to go on. There were so many times looking back when I was so afraid. And then you came to me and you say to me, I can face anything. And no one else can do what you've done for me. You'll always be, you will always be the girl in my life for all time. Mama, mama, you know I love you. Ooh, you know I love you, mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the stars. And mama, I just want you to know, loving you's like food to my soul. Yes it is. Yes it is, yeah. Oh mama, you can know. You say I'm the future. I'm more like when a girl of a youth. Me see the hands of a little father where I take you the son and them daughter.
This is Jadan.
You say I'm the future.
That's the title of the track right there.
When a girl of a youth. So much a blank. We a little father where I take you the son and them daughter. Youth, no ill treat them. Why you mislead them when them right? You fi show them when them wrong. You fi tell them set a foundation for the youth them stand. Before them learn I say the youth them turn. No say you can't fool them, so me I beg you, please cool them. Cause the youth say are the future. I'm more like when a girl of a youth. Me see the hands of a little father where I take you the son and them daughter. The youth say are the future. I'm more like when a girl of a youth. So bush a blank, be a little father where I take you the son and them daughter. Me never grow with no father, just my mother one. She fight it like a man, car food off in yam.
Hey, Ebony.
No, she never give up on me. Mommy, me know you try your best. That's why me I go do the rest. All the struggle and the pain, can't wait till the day me tell you don't work again. You say I'm the future. I'm more like when a girl of a youth. Me see the hands of a little father where I take you the son and them daughter. Set a foundation for the youth them start. If them learn so the youth them talk. No say you can't fool them. No. Me a beg you school them. You say are the future. I'm more life when a girl have a youth. Me see the hands I follow the father way I take you them son and them daughter. You say are the future. I'm more life when a girl have a youth. So much a blank we are the father way I take you them son and them daughter. I said never give up on a good thing. Mama said never give up on love.
This is Yeshka.
Never give up on a good thing.
It's called Mama Say.
Mama said never give up on love. Hey, every time I see you, I know you are the one to make my life complete and fill my world with fun. You light up my life, I'll do everything I can to fill your world with joy. Cause mama told me when I was a boy. Mama said never give up on a good thing. Mama said never give up on love. Mama said never give up on a good thing. Mama said never give up on love. Hey, this life's so wonderful whenever you're around. There's never a dull moment, you never wear a frown. I know you're the one, cause you fill my eyes with smiles. Mama said you know her when you see her from the very first time I child. Mama said never give up on a good thing. Mama said never give up on love. Mama said never give up on a good thing. Mama said never give up on love. And now I'm gonna spend the rest of my life loving you. I'll say yes when the time is right to say I do. We'll have a family just right for you and me. 2 boys, 2 girls, we'll be perfect in love. Every time I see you, I know you are the one to make my life complete and fill my world with fun. You light up my life, I'll do everything I can to fill your world with joy. Cause mama told me when I was a boy. Mama said never give up on a good thing. Mama said never give up on love. Mama said never give up on a good thing. Mama said never give up on love. Mama said
This is my game to play. Right or wrong, I'll play it my way. And if I make mistakes,
This is Joanna Marie, and it's all about DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift. You feel for some stew? Check out Kevin Stew.
I only have one life to live.
This is Miss Joanna Marie.
I only have one love to give.
Her rendition of One Life to Live.
No one he else, he touches me and makes me his. Oh yeah, now we're in love.
Want to say big ups to Joanna, who will be receiving an honor award this coming weekend, at the International Reggae and World Music Awards for putting in 40 years plus in the music industry. What do you think, Joanna? This is Mr. Isat Buchanan, Esquire. Yeah, let's not leave it out. Known as the human rights attorney. The track is called Ride or Die Lady. This is Lee Kelly. He's working out right now down in Sunrise at La Veranda, celebrating their anniversary alongside living legend Mr. Ernie Smith. This track is called Magic.
What you need, girl, you don't have to write it. Just looking at your body, I can't be. Yeah, you're giving me the eye, and it's making me want you back, girl. Turn around and guess what's in my hand? Yeah. Hey, baby. Oh, baby. Got my magic.
Hey, Laris. Laris, you had a good time with the Rebel tonight.
Now you're in the cute little dress that I like. Don't lose focus of what I'm about to show you tonight. I can do magic. Whoa. One snap of a finger, girl, I'll perform a trick on you. Anything you want me to do, I can do magic. Girl, all you gotta do is dim the lights. I'll perform a trick or two, baby. Cause I can
watch me do some magic.
I ain't no psychic, but I know just what you need, girl. You don't have to write it. Just looking at your body, I can't be, yeah. Ooh, You're giving me the eye, and it's making me want you bad, girl. Turn around, and guess what's in my hand? Oh, one snap of a finger, girl. I'll perform a trick on you. Anything you want me to do, yeah. Magic, all you gotta do is in the light, baby. I can do magic. I make your home disappear. I don't know where. Down to rule up here. Next thing you know, it's you and me. Ooh. Baby girl, still leave. You see what I'm about to do. Yeah. If my wishes come through. All right. With my hand, there goes your glove. This is something you should know. One snap of a finger, girl. I'll perform a trick on you. Anything you want me to do. I can do magic. Magic. All you gotta do is in the light, baby. I can do magic.
Come on, men have so much, but me alright. Come to loving me, have enough figure all night. Real type of love for make my woman satisfied. Feel like she touching the sky, she fly high like birds of a feather when together we lay in. She says she like it better when I'm holding the reins. Well, tonight we're gonna do things.
This is music from Cesar.
Will you be my love machine?
That's the title of the track right there.
To me, baby girl, I wanna touch your butt. Yeah, let you show me something.
I'll let you show me something.
My fantasy, and give me what I need. Will you be my love machine?
DJ Kevin Stew, all manners and respect is due, cause you are carry the music and the culture right through. Big up yourself, Cesar says so. Bless.
Yeah.
Much love, says.
Cesar. Yeah. So much but me alright. Come to loving me, have enough figure all night. Real type of love for make my woman satisfied. Feel like she touching the sky, she fly high like birds of a feather when together we lay in. She says she like it better when I'm holding the reins. Well, tonight we're gonna do things different. Yeah, will you be my love machine? Will you make love to me? Girl, I wanna touch your butt. Show me something. Will you be my fantasy and give me what I need? Will you be my love machine? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh. Well, every night, girl, I give my love to you. So tonight, girl, I want to try something new. You always whisper in my ear and tell me that you want. Will you make love to me? Girl, I wanna touch your buttons. Yeah, let you show me something. So be my fantasy and give me what I need. Won't you be my love machine? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Me want to turn you on, girl, and watch your booter and get you warm, girl, like a love computer. Me want to put me password, log on and enter. And insert the top where it really meant for. You get the information from off the hard disk, a stimulation and then everything clicks. But can we do it like this? Will you be my love machine? Will you make love to me? Girl, I wanna touch your body. Yeah, let you show me something. Girl, be my fantasy and give me what I need. Won't you be my love machine?
I don't know how many have a love machine to turn on tonight.
When it comes to money, me not so much, but me alright. Come to loving me, have enough figure all night.
But I hope you find one if you're looking for one. Those that have one, ready up and boot up, yeah? This is where we part company for this week on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew for tonight and Real Talk. Remember, as parents, we have important influence that we impart on our children, yeah? And as we part company, I encourage you to look out for members of your community. Your community is not just a development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So those that you pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, the train, whether you walk, ride, or drive, these are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is Kevin Stew. This is how I like to do it to you, for you, and with you. Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern. KevinStew.com. Night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. And affiliates. Thank you to the affiliates also. Catch you on Saturday for the Saturday Stew, 8 p.m. Eastern. Reggae Global Radio. Right after sitting in with Reason with Ratigan from 3 p.m. on Saturday. Same Reggae Global Radio. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you, wherever you are in the world, from right here in South Florida. I bid you a good night. Be good. If you can't be good at it.
Well, when it comes to money, me not so much, but me alright. Come to loving me, have enough figure all night. Real type of love for make me woman.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot, where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.